What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel. We're online at www.whatsupinthesky.com, and you are looking at, once again, if you've been following my videos on my channel, this is still the same saw. We are still on 574 Curiosity Rover. Very interesting spot we are at with this rover right now. It's moved on a little bit past this spot, and with scale, I can't give you scale on this. I've been trying to get it from Midnight Planets, try to get it from NASA. You can't really find the scale on this anywhere. And honestly, I don't think the scale helps us too much because we're not sure, how much life could have evolved on Earth, or not on Earth, on Mars or whatnot. But I was going to do this one last night. I had all these queued up, got home, went up, saw the new girl I've been talking to, Kim, and had a blast and just didn't come home and make videos. So sorry, guys. Every once in a while, I got to have a little fun. Ever since Dad died, I haven't been getting out much. It's been kind of tough taking care of Mom and getting out. So anyway. Man, I tell you what, the closer we get to these, I don't know where we're going now with the rover. I thought we were going towards Mount Sharp, but it looks like if you get that Midnight Planet app, and I'm going to hook this up again one day so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, it looks like we're going away from where we wanted to go. But anyway, this one's got all sorts of building blocks in it, just like the other one did. Perfect geometry to it, perfect what looks like carvings, smoothed out, actually even notched out, things like that. You've got these things right here, like this looks almost like a snake or something that's up in the air. See this coming off the ground there, or coming up something there? All sorts of this stuff. Rocks that look like they have been smudged out, but at the top look like they've got tails or something along those lines. Just a very cool picture here. Also, as always, these blocks that look like they've been cut, manufactured for some reason. Look at this one here, has a notch in it. Really cool stuff going on in this picture. I won't take too long on this one because if you've been following my videos, you've seen what we've been doing. I just went right down the line here. I've got another one or two to make. And this thing's cool too. How that's standing up, I don't know. I guess we're missing what is holding that up actually. Little things down there. Just pretty cool stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where I got it from. Oh, and also this. This was the one that this pipe here or something. Whatever this looks like, an old pipe. See how it looks like it was made to actually go into whatever this stuff was. This looked like what happened was there was a cataclysm. Whatever came in, this cataclysm, it shook the place bad. Earthquake, something like that. Whatever it was, it had enough to rattle this stuff and just knock it down in its place. I think some of it is actually no. I was going to say some of it's probably foundation, but I'm not really sure how far stuff goes down. This stuff could go down really, really far for all we know. And there's also some things hiding in the typical NASA style up here, just kind of blurred out with the color and the blinds. I keep saying that a lot, but some interesting things here, interesting patterns along the way. All right, so let's show you. Let's get into it. Let me show you where I get it from, and I always do this because I want you to know that it's a NASA picture. I don't lie. I'm not lying about the pictures. These are all NASA pictures. All I do is I download them on my computer and open them up in Photoshop. Just like that's why I leave this too, because I hate when people do videos and they don't leave the link. Because I mean, we all want to go see what it is. And what look like we have here is a big, huge area. And if you look at this here, like this, but somebody would say, oh, this was water formed by strata or something. This looks like a broken down, either it looks like petrified wood or something along those lines. And it's so perfect, whatever this building or whatever this was, you could take well, it's just, well, you can't do it on here because you don't know the exact angle of it, but this looks to be, perfectly spaced out. Like that was the pattern. Bigger on the bottom, a little bit smaller in the middle, at the top. Same one over here, and you can see here it's got little like little things kind of crawling up through them, like these were left after, like maybe this is a part of a snake or something, not a live one, maybe a live one for all I know. I only saw one or two pictures from here that took this exact area twice. Once again, I got some writing up here. It looks like a 3. It looks like the numbers, like it looks like the rover's been numbering stuff, which it can. The rover's got a laser on it. It's been shooting it. I read somewhere they've shot it like 1,000 times or something like that, and that's not 100% information. I need to really go find that before I throw facts out there. So that's no fact. Just letting you know, everything I do here is speculation. Not usually. When I'm reading an article or something, that's not speculation, but when I'm just sitting here looking at pictures and speculating on what I think it looks like, that's absolutely no science whatsoever. Um, I'm an IT guy, image analyst, but I'm not an archaeologist. I'm not a geologist, but I have studied a lot of it. Let's tell you what, I've studied these pictures. I've been looking at images and frauds and stuff like that. I can testify in court and let you know if something's a fraud, if the document or is a fraud or something like that. So my eye has been trained for this stuff. I've been looking at these pictures for about, I don't know, 10, 15 years now. I started getting into them way back when I was a child. And this was one of the only subjects I enjoyed was science. And especially when it came, we had a planetarium where the place we had as I'm scrolling through here. And the planetarium was awesome now, which is long shut down. The kids don't get enjoy planetariums anymore. That's just like extra budget. So anyway, let me stop blabbing. Let's do some auto color here and take a look at some of these what seem to be anomalies. And I understand that nature can make perfect shapes. I've seen it happen, but in abundance, like I've seen in here and in these pictures, especially in this area, it's tough to think that this is something that's not, out of it. Also, this little guy right here looks like a statue. I've got people that tell me that Martians are this big, and I've said this in the last 3 or 4 videos, or they could even be that big. Who knows? They could be the size of ants for all we know, and 10 times smarter than us. We don't know. We are so apt to believe we know everything about the universe and this and that. We don't know anything. So let me bust the gamma here. So that guy, it looks like a lady with hair and stuff right there. But what I'm trying to do with the gamma, I just want to pull out some of these really this stuff up in here, like the lines of it. I'm actually doing a little harm. I'm blurring it out a little bit when you crack it up that much. But at least let me darken it up and see what's out there and maybe do a little bit more. Oh, look over here, look over there. So that's something that you guys want to do if you have the software. I think this is going to let us see over here these numbers a little bit better, but look like numbers. But look at these corners. Like, look at the corners on this thing right here. Well, first off, look at the one under it. Like looks like a foundation block or something. Look how perfect that is. I mean, perfect. Let me see. You guys probably can't see what I'm doing, but I was going to take something like a business card or something. Here, I'm going to take one of my business cards out and just set it on the screen and see how perfect it is. 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Right here, 90 degrees squared. Look up here, 90 degrees squared. Looks like it's even got the little rounded bevel on it. So nature cut this stuff out. I mean, if you think that this, I don't know. I don't know what else I got. I mean, I've showed so much stuff on my pictures. And I still get people that come and are like, oh, no, no, nothing, dead planet. And I'm just like, well, what do I have to show you? I mean, how many blocks do you need? They want to see something, definitive. And honestly, I think that NASA, the way what they're doing now is they're not going to let anything definitive get through if they can. They blur these things up with the motion blur, and they put these blinds in on top of stuff to hide them when they want something hidden real good. They'll blur it out. They'll just manually blur it out so you can't see it. Um, but they're not letting things get through, and I think the computer does a lot of it. I think it's an algorithm. I was talking to somebody about that today, and I'm gonna do a video on that one day about how it could just be a computer that does the blurring of the pictures and the hiding of evidence, and that's why it's not as constant as anything. But let's take a look at some of these. A lot of these S curve things you get. It's makes me start wondering. Is that from, where is this thing? Is what we see here what was, just kind of like fried and left in encased in stone for years to come? We know we have a lot of wind and a lot of dust storms on the planet that come and shape things. So, all right, so let's take a look at some of these anomalies. This one right here was cool, right off the. I mean, where is it being held by? It's like it's almost got like a little picture frame off the back, and I guess it could go down into this dirt really far, and that's probably how it's being held. There's nothing really there to hold it, but thought that was pretty cool. Right next to what seemed to be some more of these rocks up here that looked very ornate once I took the gamma up. See how this actually has like patterns through it, and it gets blurred a little bit right here in this strip right here. And also that's another thing that makes the blurring look very suspicious. Like here, there's a blur mark right here, but it's in squares. It's always in squares or rectangle patterns. It's never like the circle, and that's indicative of, you know, a computer program and going to pixel, adding it, and then going to the next one. But check this out. It's like I can't tell if this is two rocks. I'm almost pretty sure this is two rocks. See the break in the rock shadow right there? But it's cool. This one looks to be cut, and even how it's cut, it comes down a little bit more sloping here, and it curves on in. Here, it's the same thing. It goes up and makes that broad, then it makes that real broad um, at the top, the broad curve there. Look at that. And right here's the same thing. This is a little bit better though. If here seems to have that blur mark. See how it's got the square blur? So you're not going to see this exact curve right there, but we can see it in there. I mean, I see it in there. It looks like it's right in there. And once again, it's got all these little ornate things. When you get really in there close, you can see them. Um, so let's back out a little bit and see. Let me take that gamma off of there again so we can see what it looked like when we got it. So this was with a little bit of auto color right there. Now let me do a little bit of the gamma and exposure while I haven't done the auto color to it. I've got so many files up on this computer now. Just hoping it doesn't crash. My iMac 27. I always should like, I don't know, I've got like 5. I probably have literally from the last 10 years, 36 or 37, I think when I counted last time, external hard drives, back from when there were, hundreds of gigs to 4 terabytes now. And so, needless to say, I keep these things nice and safe. And I'm always downloading, so that looks all right. You still have that weird quality of it, but I got someone mentioning that this right here, I forget where it was along the way. Somebody mentioned that this looks like like the bust of a lady or a man walking. Um, you're only seeing half of them. There's their head. That's just speculation. I see what I see. You see what you see. And I'm not, like I said, it does look like somebody walking. There's an arm right there, and it looks like 2 breasts, and it looks like a head right there. But let's go up and keep looking through this here and see what we can find up here. Because what's interesting is with all the rubbles here, it's like I said, where all the rubble and stuff is, you just get these very strange things that just kind of pop up out of nowhere, like something like this. See how these are just, where'd it go? See how these seem to be blurred again? Look at this looks like it's got no reason to be blurred, but the blur runs this strip from here to here, and it blurs out that edge of it. Once again, you've got 90-degree angle, just on what looks like a piece, like a cover to something. You got perfect circles right here in the dirt, perfect circles. I mean, this is where do you see that in nature next to other perfect rectangles and stuff like that? I mean, the case is being made just by getting these pictures. That's why I'm giving you the links to get them. If you're one of those people that are on the fence, go download the pictures and stare at them for a while. I mean, look at them. Say, what could do this? Water could do a lot of this. I will say that, water, wind, but to put it all in one place, you just got to be, there's a line where you got to say, okay, there's too much of it. There are no such thing as coincidences, and go with, it's got to be something really ornate. Like right here, see how this seems to have the blur put onto it. But this right here doesn't, and I tell you what, this sure does look like a face, and I know we're recognized to see faces, but looks like you've actually got 2 out popped eyeballs with a nose and a mouth right there. It looks almost like a stone, like you have more stuff over here that you would see. Here you've got more too. Um, this thing right here is kind of puzzling to me. It looks like it's almost part of well, it looks like a tube. Um, Somebody called it a hockey stick, I think. Um, but it looks like something that might have carried water at one time or carried liquid or something along those lines. Maybe it was just a corner of a thing, but you can see it definitely comes around, on a curve. Like it just doesn't go 90 degrees over. It comes out, and it kind of curves over. Thought it was pretty cool. That was one of the main anomalies on here that I thought actually set this picture out. I was like, this is pretty cool, whatever this is. So let's see here. Take a sip, a drink real quick. Pause. All right. Now, let me just mess with the adjustments just a tad. Bring out the gamma just a little bit more because I do like to have that out. When you bring the gamma up, you really notice the color that they stick in the background as well. I must have a lot open today. This takes forever. We drop the exposure just a tad. Then I want to go get the other brightness and contrast tool here in a second, see what we come up with. But why that's going across. Look at here, like these little things on the ground just laying there, how they look like little circles with little, like it looks like a little key or something like that. I mean, I know it's not a key, but it's just everything has shape to it that looks like something that or was a piece of something before this cataclysm took place, whatever it was. Um, okay, so let's go back to where we were. Sorry about that, guys, if I'm making you sick. I haven't done a video in a while. This was going to be a short one. You know, they never go short. I always think the ones like, oh, you know what, this is going to be a real quick video. Let me bust it out real quick. Never happens. Like I said, if you guys stick around, I love you guys. Just been getting stuff back together. Like I said, after Dad died, it's been a little crazy. Um, and if you're new to my videos, if you go back check, I've got like 300 videos or something like that now. I'm open. I just, it's just not Mars pictures here. I give my life story and everything along with it. So either way, if you don't like it, that's why I leave the picture for. You can go look yourself, skim through this. You don't have to listen to me talk. So if I add the contrast a little bit there, that's pretty interesting. And then when I say that, the difference in the blur, like look at this picture right here. See how it's cut off right there? Like this, something was pasted or hidden from here. Like this little weird thing that goes up like this. Looks like something's happened to this base to it here. Because this rock, if this was a rock, it comes around and it just flattens out right there. Like, let me see if I can pull it up even bigger so you can see it. I know a lot of people use your cell phones and things. See it? I mean, it's like a line. You could just sit right down the thing, and this to the left is blurred, and to the right is just kind of, where to go. Then you have this weird anomaly up on the top coming out of it. So I know you guys are like, why didn't he see this or why didn't he see that? That's why you guys need to comment. When you see something that I haven't seen, share it. That's what I enjoy is reading your comments and looking through them, especially on days where I got some downtime and I can go back and look because you guys send me so many emails. One day I'll show you guys all the emails I get from you guys. It's amazing how many people are looking at these pictures and like how amazing that block right there is perfect. Sitting next to another one that has little look like ornate pictures and stuff all over it and perfect. Almost looks like a trunk or something. Then there's a little person right there. Those circles. I mean, this is a pretty nice picture. And I tell you, we got a lot more to come as we roll through. This is a cool little pyramid looking thing right there. Another what just looks to be some sort of ornate rock. This stuff right here, like I said, this actually looks like might have been part of this whole tube thing as well. And then once again, you get that chopped off, piece to it. I showed that down there. Same thing's going on here. But look at these. Look at these. How it's raised up. The more, like I said, the more and more I look at it, these look like statues for sure. This is an interesting one. It looks like it's got an eye and a mouth, something like that. They just look like they're really artsy. I believe Martians were very artsy people. And I say that just from looking at the architecture and stuff that I've seen. And I've I made the videos. You go back and watch them if you want. I mean, or go back and watch, at least start some of the ones that everybody else had found, like the main anomalies that are all over the internet. I did those first, a lot of them. So they're there to go look at. So and I'm going to go back and check some of them out and redo some of them too. But look at this here. Another example I'm talking about. This is perfectly straight across. Comes down to a perfect angle, comes up and over. Here you've got, well, it looks to be blurred out. See the M? There's an M on this one. And then these right here look like they're perfect, perfect, I'm just going to call them vents, but like they were perfect. And they were blurred out with these long, blurred right through here. 1, 2, 3, and you can see as it goes through. So that's why I think a computer does it. See right here, there's something back through here. You've got one long one there. It's almost like it gets added where it sees it, and it wouldn't be too hard for a computer program software to map out what a anomaly actually looks like. What is something that might be anomalous and what's not. Like right here, we should see the top of this rock. See how we can see it just fine right here, and you can see it just fine here. Well, in this right here, we see blur, and so whatever was right there, we're not allowed to see. You see it here too. And it's hiding the, look at that. I mean, that's one color the whole way through. So whatever was sitting on top of this, they decided that we didn't need to see. Look at that. That's pretty, that's pretty amazing. No sand or anything is that one color throughout it. Nothing in these pictures are. Nothing else is. I mean, that right there is a smoking gun that they're messing with these pictures. And as you come over here, once again, you've got the perfect. This looks cracked. This one looked like it was cracked during whatever it was that happened, but perfect symmetry. And I know some of you guys, like I say, a lot of you out there understand that, it doesn't need to be man-made for that to happen. And I totally understand that. But I'm just, in my mind, I'm saying, well, how many times does exist before you call it, you know, something else? So look at these little relics right here that kind of look tossed around. This is interesting. Let me see if we can't pull something out. Image. I'm just doing auto color. Sometimes I get the best luck with the auto color features and stuff like that. Oh man, I made it look really red, but you can kind of see the patterns in this stuff. It looks like little clamps, little perfect angles as always, perfect angles. Look at that right there. It almost looks like a grate. A lot of people say the little Martians live underground, so all right, let me back up, make sure I didn't miss anything I wanted to go over on this picture. Sorry if I'm getting you sick, like I said. This thing, the little mouse pad thing, sometimes is used a little bit too fast, but oh, I didn't look at this thing right here. It looked like the head. Let me go back. Let me play with this real fast too. Image, adjustments, exposure, gamma. See how it looks like the top of a like a cat head or something like that? Let me show you like a bear head. Look at that. It's got like one ear and then another ear here comes over, goes down. This looks like it fell off of a statue somewhere. Could probably be a rock or something along those lines. Long guy. No staying up here. My cat wants to come up see that cat. So, all right, guys, what's up in the sky 37? There's a lot more in here to find. I know you guys are going to find it. Comment, smash the like button. That helps get these out. You got Facebook? Come join me at Facebook. www.facebook.com/Will Farrar, Farrar. You can find me linked up on everything. If you hit the description up here, you're going to find my website. You're going to find all sorts of stuff. A lot of good Facebook things. On Facebook, there's a lot of good communities out there talking about stuff now. If you got anything to share with me, it's will@willfarrar.net. Or come find me at Facebook. Let me know what you think. Much love, guys. Have a great one. TGIF. 22 minutes in. I knew this was going to go long. So much for a little 5-minute video.